We need to obtain the value of the given trigonometric expression. Let us begin. So here we could rewrite a given expression as sine pi over 6 whole squared plus cosine of pi over 3 whole squared. And the third term is tangent of pi over 4 whole squared. Now the question is, what's the value of sine pi over 6? So that's a pretty standard value. So that's half. So we have half whole squared. Plus we have cosine of pi over 3. So pi over 3 when converted to degrees is 60 degrees. So cosine of 60 degrees also has a value of half. So we have half squared. Minus, so pi over 4 corresponds to 45 degrees. So tangent of 45 degree is 1. So we have 1 squared. That adds up to 1 over 4 plus 1 over 4 minus 1. So that's half. So half minus 1 gives us a value negative half. So this is the value of the given trigonometric expression. So let's go to the next problem. So we have to find out the value of 2 times sine squared pi over 6 plus cosecant squared 7 pi over 6 multiplied to cosine squared pi over 3. Let us begin. First, we are going to rewrite the given expression as 2 times. We have sine pi over 6 and then we're going to square it. Add it to cosecant of 7 pi over 6 whole squared multiplied to cosine of pi over 3 whole squared. So let's note down the value. So here we have sine pi over 6. So pi over 6 and radians that converts to 30 degrees in the degrees, which will give us a value. Sine 30 will be half. Then coming to cosine of pi over 3. So cosine of pi over 3. So that's cosine of 60 also has a value of half. Now our goal will be to find out the value of cosecant of 7 pi over 6. Now what we can do, we can break it down as cosecant of pi plus pi over 6. So pi plus pi over 6, that's 7 pi over 6. But there's a reason why we've written in this particular fashion. Now pi can be written as a multiple of pi over 2 as 2 times pi over 2 plus pi over 6. So here we have an even multiple of pi over 2. So whenever we have an even multiple, then cosecant is going to remain as cosecant. So we have cosecant of pi over 6. And 2 times pi over 2 means we are in the second quadrant and we're adding an extra angle to it. Pi over 6 takes us to the third quadrant. Now in the third quadrant, only the tangent function is positive, everything else is negative. We know that sine pi over 6, that's half, so it's reciprocal, which is the cosecant function, that's going to be 2. So that means its value is going to be equals to negative 2. Now we can substitute all these values into a given expression. So we're going to get 2 times, so sine pi over 6, that's half whole squared. Added to cosecant of 7 pi over 6, that's negative 2 squared. Multiplied to cosine pi over 3, so that's half whole squared. So we have 2 times 1 over 4. Plus negative 2 squared will be 4 multiplied to 1 over 2 squared, which is 4 as well. So we have half added to 1. So that's 3 over 2. So this is going to be the value of this particular trigonometric expression. Let's go to the third problem. So we need to find out the value of cotangent of pi over 6 plus cosecant of 5 pi over 6 plus 3 times tangent squared pi over 6. So we can easily find out the value of the first term and the third term. But before that, let's rewrite our given trigonometric expression. So our first term will be cotangent of pi over 6 whole squared. Added to the second term, which is cosecant of 5 pi over 6 plus the third term, which is 3 times tangent of pi over 6 squared. Now we can find out the value of cotangent of pi over 6. So cotangent of pi over 6, which will be equals to square root of 3. Then tangent of pi over 6. Now we know that the tangent function, that's the reciprocal of the cotangent function. So that means tangent of pi over 6 will be equals to 1 over square root of 3. Now let's come to the second term. So we need to find out the value of cosecant of 5 pi over 6, which can be also represented as cosecant of pi minus pi over 6, which is cosecant of 2 times pi over 2 minus pi over 6. So we have here is an even multiple of pi over 2. So since it's an even multiple, the cosecant is going to remain as cosecant. And the new angle will be pi over 6. Now we are in the second quadrant. That's what's represented by 2 times pi over 2. But we are also subtracting a small angle pi over 6 from it. But that's fine. We are still going to remain in the second quadrant, where the sine and the cosecant are positive. So this is going to give us a positive value. So cosecant of pi over 6, so that value is equals to 2. So now that we have all these three values, let's substitute this back into our original expression. So cotangent of pi over 6, that will be square root of 3 whole raised to the power of 2. Plus cosecant pi over 6, so that's just 3 times tangent of pi over 6, so that's 1 over square root of 3 whole squared. This is going to give us 3 plus 2 plus 3 multiplied to 1 over 3. So we have the value 6. So this is going to be the value of a given trigonometric expression. Coming to the final problem. So here we have to find out the value of 2 times sine 3 pi over 4 squared, added to 2 times cosine of pi over 4 whole squared, plus 2 times secant of pi over 3 squared. Fine. Now let's find out the individual ratios. We'll start with sine 3 pi over 4. So this can be also expressed as sine pi minus pi over 4, which will be equals to sine 2 times pi over 2 minus pi over 4. So here we have an even multiple of pi over 2. The sine remains as sine and the new angle will be pi over 4. Now 2 times pi over 2, so that means we are in the second quadrant, but then again we're subtracting an acute angle from it, so we're still going to lie in the second quadrant where the sine function is positive. Fine. So that means we have sine pi over 4, and this corresponds to a value of 1 over square root of 2. Let's come to cosine of pi over 4. So cosine of pi over 4, that's also 1 over square root of 2. And then finally we have secant of pi over 3. So that is equals to 2. Now that we have all the three trigonometric ratios, let's substitute this back into our equation. So we have 2 times sine 3 pi over 4. So that's 1 over square root of 2 whole squared, added to 2 times cosine pi over 4. So that's also 1 over square root of 2 whole squared, plus 2 times, so secant of pi over 2, pi over 3, so that's 2 squared. This is going to give us, so this value is 1. The second term is going to be 1 as well. Then we have 2 squared, that's 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So our final value is going to be equals to 10. So that means the value of this particular trigonometric expression is 10.